And we are live, guys. What's going on, Bruce? How you doing today, bud?
Hey, I'm doing good, Chris. It's good to see you, man. How's life treating you?
You too, man. Thanks for coming back on. Not bad, not bad. Just getting back into work after being out for a little bit, getting back in the swing of things, starting to get back used to the night shift schedule. You know how that goes. So,
yeah.
Congrats, by the way.
I admire you, man. That's a lot.
Thanks, man. I was just saying congrats on surpassing what you hit 70,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I hit 70 recently, which is pretty awesome. Dude, Adam, good to see you, man. What's up?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Adam?
How's it going? You guys hear me okay?
How you doing, bud?
Yeah,
man. Definitely.
I dig that Grand
what you guys
Seiko hat, Adam. I'll show you what I'm wearing. Wearing the Hulk today.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
Look at that pretty watch, man. That is a pretty watch. What do you guys
What about you, Adam?
I got the I got that Young Hands I was telling you guys about. It's like my beater dress watch, but I've been obsessed with it, so I've been wearing it every day on a Veblenist gator, which makes it look even better. So yeah, I love it.
Great combo.
Cool.
I'm wearing the 1505, the Rolex, the vintage. So still rocking that. I'm believe it or not, I'm actually thinking about selling it already.
Hey, flip life is the way to go.
Always sell.
Yes, always. That's the answer. Looks like we lost Adam there for a minute. Huh? Oh, there he is.
You guys got me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife.
Yeah, my computer's acting up, man. I got you.
Cool.
But yeah, I guess today we were going to talk about collection goals, guys, and then Bruce had the idea. You came up with the idea about holiday watches, like watches to buy for the holidays, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's always an excuse, right? Anytime a holiday comes around or a birthday, you're like, man, I got to get another watch. So I guess, what are you guys looking for? What's going to be the purchase next?
Go ahead, Adam.
Oh man, I don't know, man. Like what's funny is I've been getting a lot of cheap watches lately. And I don't know what my next one's going to be. I think right now I'm basically saving. So actually for some of the people out there that might not know, you guys probably don't know, actually yesterday was supposed to be my wedding day, but we postponed it because of COVID. So we're getting married in July now. So really at this point, I'm just kind of holding out and waiting for my next big purchase, which will be either a Verso or a Cartier for the wedding. I just can't decide yet which one, but I think in terms of like bigger purchase, that's the next one on the radar. So still tinkering around with different options, not 100% sure yet, but it's going to be one of those two.
Adam, I know we've talked a little bit about that, but which models are you kind of honing in on from Cartier and JLC?
So for JLC, it'll be difficult, but they do pop up. I think my all-time favorite Reverso is the tribute to 1931 Black Dial. They came out like I don't know, a little while back. I think it was like 2014 or 15 or something like that. Yeah, maybe it was more. Anyways, you guys know which one I'm talking about. That classic Black Dial that they brought out on the Casafaliano strap, like that's ideal. I've also been looking at the newer tribute models, the blue dial, as well as the burgundy. I think would be pretty sweet, and unique. Looked at the base model Reverso too, like the standard white dial in the large configuration, but I'd rather lean towards one of those tribute models, I think, when it comes to actually pulling the trigger. And then with Cartier, I've looked at the Santos. I've looked at the newest Santos Dumont XL manual winds. I
got to try that one on about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
It was so awesome.
Oh yeah.
So thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah. That one's really high up on the list, as well as just if like depending on money, like where I'm sitting, by the time I make this purchase, it would be pretty sweet to have just a simple yellow gold Tank Louis mechanical too. I think that would just be such a great watch because I'll be wearing a midnight blue tuxedo too, so it'll be super fancy. So having like basically a square watch that's what it's going to be. You know,
I like that. Heck yeah.
Yeah, those are up there on the list.
So those new tributes, aren't they
Nice.
just a little bit thin, or like not as long
Yeah, they're a
longitudinally?
little bit small. JLC over the last decade has just changed their sizes so many times. They had like the Grand Tie cases and the XGT cases before, and now they have like the medium, large, and small. And then the tributes are even a little bit different. So I don't even know off the top of my head what the measurements are, but they all just vary ever so slightly. And the tribute to 1931 that came out years ago that one's actually a lot longer than the ones that are out now. So yeah, so many different sizes. I'll just have to try as many as I can before I pull the trigger.
Well, that's super exciting, man. And kudos to you and your fiance for being flexible. It's never fun to push back a wedding, but you know,
but you know what though?
Good.
It's like we made the right decision because now you see the second wave coming and it's like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Probably better that we did that.
Yeah, you don't want to look back.
Yeah, hopefully you'll all be gone by the time you guys are ready.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What about you, Chris? What's on your? Oh no, I was gonna say, what are you going to be purchasing next? You're gonna flip that Rolex and turn it into what?
Believe it or not, I missed the Super Ocean Heritage. Remember the one that I sold you?
Yeah.
I missed that one, and I'm thinking about this time picking one up in 42 mil. I'm thinking about that one in probably the blue dial again.
Do you have the bigger one before? It was like
the 44.
44. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which actually fit pretty good, didn't it, Bruce, for the size?
Super nice. Yeah, it didn't even feel like a 44. It's more like a 43 or a big 42 and a half, I think. Maybe the way the lugs kind of come down wore really well.
What about you, Bruce? Now that you have your Grail watch in, which is also my Grail watch. I love that piece.
Let me pull it up. Take a look at that beauty.
Oh, that dial looks great.
Yeah. This thing pops so nicely in the sun. It's kind of hard here inside, but yeah, with that, I'm at a really content spot. So I think I'm just going to play around here for a little bit. I'm mulling over a few things. There is a new Seiko. It's kind of a takeoff of the Marine Master 200 that's coming out in Japan early next month. There's a black dial steel bezel variation and a blue Sunray dial black gloss bezel. And they look good. So I'll probably get one of those. I don't know. That's probably not going to be a keeper. And then I've also, let me pull this over. I've also got in, just borrowing a in-house, there we go. The in-house Oris Aquas Date Caliber 400. And I'm digging this so much. So I might flip the Baikal. I probably will flip the Lake Baikal for this one. And that's kind of what I'm mulling around right now. But yeah.
I always forget about how awesome the Aquas actually is. I kind of forgot about it for like a year. And then I saw someone have one and I was just staring at it on their wrist. And I was like, man, the finishing on that for like sports watch at the price point is awesome. You know,
you've had a couple, right, Adam?
Yeah. I had I had like back before they did the revamp of the case profile. I had the black dial with the brushed ceramic bezel on the rubber, and man, I still remember that rubber and deployment class system with like the quick adjust buttons. Like, man, that's a hell of a watch for the price point.
I totally agree. I mean, even with the price increases with the in-house, you're considering the anti-magnetic properties, the 10-year warranty, the power reserve of 5 days, and it's still crazy value for a $3,000 diver. I mean, it's still top of the market, I think. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Aquas. They did a great job with this. And I hope they do, the in-house movement in the smaller size, like the 41.5, I think might be ideal for most people. And maybe the green or the blue or black, more of a conservative color. I think that would sell really well.
Yeah, totally.
Definitely.
I forgot to tell you guys.
That 10-year warranty is really great. So what, Adam?
So I was just helping out. This is really a random kind of off topic, but it's still on watches. One of my buddies just got his first watch ever, like his first real watch. And he was looking at some Tissot's and looking at some Seikos. And ultimately, I sent him the Tissot Laloc, and he ended up going with the white dial version, and he's obsessed now. So he came over yesterday, and I was telling him about the Speedmaster, and he's like, wait, why isn't the seconds hand running though? And he was talking about the chronograph, and I showed him how to like actually activate and do it, and it explained how it's all mechanical, and it blew his mind. So
dude,
hopefully he gets into it. That would be pretty cool.
Imagine how cool it would be if you ended up with a reverso and then you showed him how that flips over and talk about the history. That'd be so awesome.
So true. Yeah. Yeah. That's the one cool party trick with the reverso, right? Anybody that doesn't know anything about watches can still be like, whoa.
And now if you own a reverso, you got to take up polo playing, right? Just because.
Yeah. I got to find a country club around here where I can do that. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. But yeah, so other than that, guys, what do you guys got playing purchase wise? Is that it?
Oh, let's see. Go ahead, Adam. Sorry, go ahead.
I still in the back of my mind is that baby blue OP36, the Tiffany blue.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. I haven't really been keeping track of like the prices of Rolex and everything. And I had no idea. Someone showed me some infograph yesterday where I think the Tiffany blue, the yellow, and the green OP41s are selling for way over list right now.
Yeah.
They're like way over, like almost, I think one of them, it's like around 10 grand or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
No idea. So I don't know what the demand is for the 36s. Maybe it's a little bit less since they're smaller, but I don't know how difficult it's going to be for me to get one of those. But in terms of sports watch, that's probably the next one that I'm eyeing, maybe after the wedding, after the Reverso or the Cartier.
I was offered the 41 millimeter turquoise, but it was just the worst timing. I had to say no because I had just bought the VC and my budget was maxed out for watches. So
yeah.
But I did hear from my AD that they're able to request those, the OPs, whereas every other watch they can put in a request, but it's just whatever they get sent, they get what they get and they don't get upset. But at least with the OPs, they can make requests and hopefully get more access. So I think once the hype kind of dies down in the next year or two, hopefully they're a lot more available. And I'd agree with you, Adam, that you could get a 36 easier than the 41 for sure. And it looks so good on wrist too. Even I tried on the 36s and they were great.
I'll have to try the 41.
Yeah, too. A lot of people say the 36 is smaller, but I mean, this is a 34, and you see how it looks on my 7.5-inch wrist. I mean, they're not small.
I'm not like one of those like anti-big watch guys, but for me, the 36, especially with work, if I'd be wearing it, and I wear pretty tight cuff dress shirts a lot of times for work, it's just I get annoyed when some watches are a little bulky. But at the same time, I think the 41 is pretty thin, so I might have to check it out, give it a shot, potentially try it on if they have any in stock, just to see how it fits on my wrist,
I think the actual nominal dimension is a little bit less than 41 anyways. So, I mean, I think it'd wear really nicely on you. I think you could pull off either of the sizes for sure.
Yeah.
But I was also going to say that I'm interested in the turquoise as well when the budget gets a little bit higher. And I also want to try a Reverso, but probably just the basic large white dial sub-seconds. And I mean, here's my problem though. I think it looks fantastic in pictures, in videos. And then when I try one on wrist, and I haven't tried the exact one that I'd like to get, it's always been, a complicated version in precious metal or something. It just looks so funny on my wrist. Like I'm not used to the rectangular shape. And I don't know if it's my wrist bone, but I have a feeling I'm going to get one and then I'll probably end up flipping it. But hey, if I get one, man, and if you don't have one already, Adam, I'll send mine in the future to you to check out too, if you're interested. That'd be cool.
The white one is great because it's also so versatile because the way that the numerals on it, and the white dial, like I feel like that one's even easier to dress down if you want to, rocking like jeans and whatever, or even just going really casual and then just throwing a cool little like walnut strap on it or something like that.
Yeah,
white dial is really for that, I think.
So if you end up getting one, would you want to engrave on the polished case back?
Bobby's looking at.
Yeah, I think so. That's if I got a Reverso 100%, I would be doing. That's why also I kind of prefer the solid case. I mean, I love the ones with the display cap and back, and of course the Duo. But I think for this case, I'd go first very basic and get a steel back reverso where I can engrave once you flip it over. I think that'd be pretty sweet. And then maybe one day in the future, if I want like a really complicated duo face or something, I can always get that too, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Get like the date you guys were married, maybe.
What's that? Yeah. Probably something very.
Get maybe like the date that you guys were married.
Yeah, just maybe like, you know, Adam and Iced July 10th or what. Some, you know, something very, very simple for sure.
7/10/21, right? That's
right.
That's gonna be the date. Heck yeah.
Let's see some of these comments here.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
So Bobby, I don't know if you guys know Bobby from Bobby Legs. He's looking for a date just 41.
Nice.
He said he can't find one anywhere. Sorry, Adam, what were you saying?
Yeah, the big wrist. He says, I found all 3 watches I want, the Zenith Defy. Honestly, I have to say Zenith Defy has got to be one of the most underrated watches out there. I think the finishing on like the standard steel blue dial one with the titanium bracelet is so great. But it's just kind of like, you know, people sleep on Zenith a little bit. You know, the El Primero is popular. The Defy 21s obviously get some you know, some footage on blogs and stuff like that. But that Defy Classic, man, I remember trying that. I would still love to pick one up one day. I think they're fantastic.
Have you seen the ceramic in person of that?
No,
of the
I haven't.
I want to see that so bad.
Yeah.
And they have a new composite one too, like a carbon bracelet.
It's like 20 grand, but it's like full. It's every little, I think even the screws and the tubes and everything for the bracelet are all made out of carbon fiber too, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But so fun.
You know which one I actually like is the violet one, the purple one. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but you know I'm a Clemson fan. Orange and purple are our colors, and I really like that purple violet.
Yeah,
I think it's killer.
That one's sweet.
But go ahead, Bruce, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say I saw when I was in Las Vegas getting the overseas, I saw the 21, and it was that DJ edition. I can't remember the name of it, but it comes with Bose headphones, and the case is a carbon composite that has flecks of lume baked into it. So when you're at a club and the dark light's on you, like your watch is just sparkling all through the case and dial and stuff. It was the coolest thing, man. It was so cool.
Man, that is sweet. That is really sweet. Yeah, I do, man. You know what though? The Defy 21, the fact that you can get like a watch with that kind of complication, dual escapements, one going at 360,000 beats per hour, like for a well under 10 grand used.
Oh yeah.
Well under 10. I mean, that's just phenomenal. It's just a shame it's so big. You know, it's kind of got that a slight Hublot vibe to it in a way because
big
of that.
Time.
But man, if they could just shrink that case maybe like 2 millimeters or something, 3 millimeters, that would be like a perfect watch for me to pick up. I would.
And James Duffy brings up a good point too. He say pretty much a watch nerd is going to nerd that watch before a Rolex, really.
Yeah, totally.
You know, it's funny because Rolex seems to be hated on. Like it's popular to hate on Rolex right now because they're so hard to get. And it seems like if you go out and you post on Instagram your watch, you're going to get a few people that'll go, awesome, way to go. But most people are going to go, that's so overrated. I'd rather buy an Omega and stuff. And, you know, I think that's kind of funny. It's just kind of that where it is right now in the watch scene. Seems to be more hated than loved.
Soon too.
Yeah, I mean, I love Rolex. I mean, I don't hate on them, but I'm gonna look at one. I'm gonna look at the Zenith more than I'm to figure the Zenith guy is more of a watch guy than the Rolex. You know,
Chris, I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, but it depends though too. I mean, but I will agree that if I did see someone rocking a Rolex in public versus someone rocking a Zen, I would probably 9 out of 10 times say something to the guy with the Zen, and then the Rolex, I would have to take a look at the guy first, try and judge what kind of person he is to see if he's going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? Or be like, oh yeah, man. Yeah, I got this Hulk from an AD, you know, like last year, whatever.
Yeah,
totally. Chris, weren't you going to buy
somebody like that and gone all like, what's up?
Oh, I was going to say, weren't you going to buy a Mustang recently?
Bruce,
weren't you talking about that? Chris, didn't you say you were going to buy a Mustang?
Rolex. I was thinking about.
What did you end up deciding?
I was thinking about Mustang or a Rolex, and I ended up with a Rolex, of course. But the Mustang I'm thinking about getting, of course, is used. I don't know, Adam and Bruce, you guys might remember I had the 07 GT back in the day, and I do miss that one. I thought about posting it up. I found an old video of it. It had everything done to it except for pretty much the supercharger, cams, full exhaust, and everything. I thought about maybe posting a video on my community page. Maybe people want to see that. I don't know, but yeah, that was a fun little car. You can have a lot of fun with those for not a lot of money either.
Totally, man.
And I believe I know, Bruce, you've got what year?
07. Yeah, mine is getting up there, 150,000, almost 150,000 miles, and still going strong. It's looking kind of nasty though. Like the seats are all worn and getting dark, and the cloth from that era was not very good. But yeah, I drive an old one and just going to keep driving it till it dies, and either get a new one or maybe the new Bronco. I think the Broncos are pretty dang awesome.
Yeah, they look sweet.
New Broncos are nice.
Yeah.
Didn't you have one too, Adam? Or you have one?
I had an 07 Mustang GT some years back. I mean, it was pretty simple. I remember I swapped the gear, so the gear ratio was 410 gears, so it was a little more fun to roll through the gears when you're driving. And then just like a little exhaust, and then I got a tuner from I can't remember the website, but I basically tuned it up with an air intake as well. So it was little extra boost of horsepower. It was pretty fun. But right now I'm just slumming in at a RAV4 for now. Just waiting, because I actually just got, this was my first car in 4 years, because I was living in New York and didn't have a car. So then when I moved from there, I just got something super cheap and reliable. So I have the RAV4 now, but we'll see in the future what I might kind of swap that for or pick up. I got to figure out.
I don't know if you can see it. I actually have the Mustang tattoo with the red, white, and blue.
There you go.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, because I had my first one was the 65 coupe. I really missed that one.
Oh, nice. That's sweet.
You got any other tattoos, Chris?
Yeah, that's the other hobby. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, that's my other watches. Even though I hadn't really been in the cars for a little while, that's the other expensive hobby. I'm driving around a little boring old Impala right now. Everybody thinks instead of trying to pull me over, the cops think I'm one of them.
That's funny. I see. Looks like somebody got a frogman last night. Bobby Legs. That's pretty.
But yeah,
sweet.
they stopped lights. They used to look at me. Yeah, Bobby Legs. Yeah, he's been in a G-Shot buying nude.
Man,
Bobby, I think he'll probably be able to answer. I think he bought a camo one too, the square.
Oh, really? The titanium?
That's my favorite one. Well, the green one. I like the green one.
Yeah.
The blue one's cool too.
I saw some
I like the blue
of the blue one recently. Man, that thing is bold.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff for sure.
I bought so many G-Shocks during quarantine. Man.
You got to line them up and do a video, Adam.
I know. I think I have like 13 now, which is pretty ridiculous. So,
hey, I tell you what, you'll get 100,000 views showing off a bunch of affordable G-Shocks.
That's actually a great point. Yeah. Yeah. Seiko, G-Shock, and Rolex. Can't go wrong with those for a video.
Yeah. Omega too, to a degree. A lot of people enjoy watching Omega videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, my most viewed video is actually the Casio Edifice I did a while back. And it's got like 14 or 15,000 views, something like that. Yeah.
My most viewed video, I almost didn't post. It was the first time I bought a Grand Seiko. It was an SBG. I don't remember the reference anymore. Yeah, it was the black one, 37 mil, just a nice mechanical. And I unboxed it, and it was just silly. I started dancing around with I think she was like 3, one of my daughters. We were just making some silly dance moves. And I almost didn't post it because it was so weird, but I posted it. And I don't know why, but it's like 1 million views now. People watching me unbox this Grand Seiko and dance around. Yeah, so that's kind of crazy.
That's so great. Man, I tell you what, Bruce, you don't have any Grand Seikos right now, right?
No, I don't.
Man, I'll tell you what, this SBGV that I got, like I still and I ghosted it out with that light gray Barton strap. I still have it on here. Man, I love this thing in the summertime. Like, it's one of those watches too that, like, when I have it on my wrist, it just makes me feel good. I'm like, yeah, this is a badass watch. You know what I mean? Like,
it still has the magic
level.
then.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
And
like, I'm really on a quartz kick now after getting this and realizing, you know what? I'm actually okay with quartz, which is why that Young Hands that I just got actually, because I already have a Nomos Orion, which is my manual wind. And I've had that for 7 years now. So I think it might need a service in a little while, but I'm too lazy to send it out. So I'm like, I kind of want a beater dress watch. And obviously, you know, they have the 38 millimeter Young Hands and the 2824 configuration. But I was like, you know what? I just want a no frills grab and go dress watch. I already have the Nomos as a mechanical. So I just got a quartz. And you know what? I don't even care. I love it just as much. So
that's awesome.
I'm like a newfound quartz lover.
Well, it seems to be like most watch enthusiasts, they have
James,
this. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say James Greg Gambino, my buddy. I swap watches with him every once in a while. Great channel, by the way, guys. But he said he picked up the Hamilton khaki based off your review, Adam.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and he got
it on the pumpkin.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Martin.
that's a great. I love like the orange black look of those PVD style watches. Yeah, that's awesome. Bruce, what were you saying? Sorry about that.
Oh no, it's fine. Most watch enthusiasts, we want to enjoy a really awesome quartz movement. And then we buy it, at least this has been my experience, and then the magic wears off after, you know, a certain amount of time. So I think that's so cool that it has gotten stronger with you the longer you've had it, and it's expanded into, hey, I want to get a quartz beater now, and I want to get 13 G-Shocks, and you know, you're enjoying quartz, and that's not usually the thing.
I don't want to keep it quiet because I don't want to tell people that. But it's true. It's like
it's not bad. If you're looking for a good quartz diver, check out Scarfa. Have you ever heard of Scarfa?
Yeah, but I haven't really looked at their stuff much. I gotta check.
Yeah, they got their perfect grab and goes. I mean, they're like Rolex homages technically, but they're like perfect size, perfect. Like I said, perfect beater watch. If you're looking for like a diver, I think they're like $200-$300, like with the Swiss Ronda. Perfect brand.
Yeah, I have been looking at a lot of different like of the higher end quartz stuff too. Like I've been taking a look at Citizen Chronomasters. That's one watch that like is not that popular, but I actually borrowed one once. And the finishing on like the indices and the hands are just as good as Grand Seiko. Like it's unbelievable. And you know, at one point I would have said I would have maybe look into getting an FP Journe Elegant one day, but that day is long gone now that the prices are basically triple in like the course of 8 months. Absolutely insane.
But isn't that a cool quartz though with its feature? Like that's unlike anything else on the market, and it's a really interesting case shape. So it's too bad it's become kind of a in vogue model. You know, back when it was a secret, that would have been ideal to pick it up. You know?
Yeah. What are you guys looking for? Like longer term, not necessarily in the near term, but once you have some dough saved up, maybe even like in a few years, do you guys have any kind of goals that you want to hit over the next, you know, call it like 1 to 5 years out?
I do. Go ahead, Bruce. And that is, I really want precious metal. And I haven't dialed in on which model, whether it's going to be a Longa or a President or something, but I want precious metal and I want to feel the weight on my wrist. And, you know, I don't know, within the next maybe 5-10 years, I'd like to have a really killer gold piece, a modern gold piece on wrist.
Nice.
Probably it'll probably be years down the road, but the VC that Bruce has, probably the blue 3-hander would be mine.
Nice. Yeah, I'm on board
that one there. Yep.
I'm on board with you, Bruce. Basically all of my grails moving forward are dress watches and basically precious metal. So like there are quite a few Cartiers that I want to hit, especially from like the CP line, the Collector Privé. Like the new asymmetric is unbelievable in platinum with the red cabochon crown, and some of the old, like the Cartier Mono Pusher that FP Journe and Danny Flageolet like actually created basically in the like early 2000s, I guess, or late 90s. But honestly, I could see myself, my first real nice precious metal piece, besides potentially a wedding piece, would be a Longa. I think either a Saxonia or an 1815, maybe a Longa 1. I always say if I won the lottery today and I could only pick one watch, I would just get a freaking Zeitwerk and just rock that every single day of my life for everybody to see. Going to Costco, going to a wedding, anywhere. Like that would be my FU watch.
Those are such wild
crazy
watches
thing
too.
about that watch. That's such an under the radar watch too.
Yep.
Unless you know watches, you're not gonna know that you're wearing $40,000-$50,000 on the wrist. You know.
Yep.
Which is the crazy thing about that.
Funny story, actually. One of my buddies in New York, he has the Konstantin Chmerkin, I think it's called. It's the Joker watch. Yeah. And he was with two of his lawyer friends. And one of the guys was wearing, I think, a Shinola. And one of the guys was like, oh, man, is that a Shinola? Like, that's so cool. I've heard about this watch. And meanwhile, he's wearing the Joker, which at that point was probably worth like 15, 17 grand. Just sliding on the radar, not saying a word. No one said anything to him. I just thought that was so hilarious. Kind of the same thing like you say. Like you could probably have a Rolex next to like along a datograph, and someone
no one's gonna know
Rolex, and your datograph is just nice.
Your own Rolex, yeah.
That's so true. Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna have to be a party pooper. My daughters want to put up our Christmas tree early, so I've got to go now and do that, set that up. But
I understand that.
Yeah, I really appreciate you having me on, Chris. It's always a pleasure, and it's awesome seeing Adam too. Yeah, thanks for having me in, guys. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Bruce.
Okay, see you guys.
Thanks for coming on, man. Later, guys. But yeah, that's the thing though. Like you were talking about, like versus VC. Like people won't know. You can go to Walmart wearing it, and people aren't going to know that you're wearing like a $14,000, $15,000 watch. You know,
even like
which is what I like about
Saxonia. I mean, it looks like almost a Timex or like a movement watch from a distance potentially. You know, like no one, for the most part, unless people, it really catches their eye in like with some light situations where those indices just pop. Like, I don't think people are really going to notice or say anything. But I kind of like that. I like that. I like flying under the radar a little bit like that. It's kind of I'm not really a flashy guy to begin with, you know. So I do enjoy sort of like a more reserved luxury look, if that makes sense. You know?
Yeah. So what's your perfect in all like collection? Like if you could like quit watch collecting, like 3-4 watches, what would be your perfect collection for that?
Oh, boy. Can I pick any, or do I have to pick ones from the ones that I already have currently?
Yeah, I mean whatever. Yeah, just pretty much any. Like if you had like an unlimited budget, or
if I had to like reduce my entire watch collection right now to like 3 watches, it would be the Nomos. That was my graduation gift, and I'll never part with it. Probably the Speedmaster. And then I'd probably, if this was like legitimately, I only could keep 3 watches for life and never add anything else, I would get those 2. And then I'd probably keep a G-Shock, probably the GW 5000, the $300 JDM of like basically the same square that came out in 1983. Yeah, I think it would probably be those 3. Although this one might fight the G-Shock for its spot, because I'm telling you, these 9F.
Technically,
man,
if you go by Rob's theory, G-Shocks don't count in the collection, so you can actually add another one.
No Speedy Grand Stick, boom. But if I had to pick like 3 watches for life, and I had no budget, man, I think I would do a Longa for sure. I think I would do. Let's say some type of CP Cartier, maybe the Mono Pusher Chrono, and then maybe for the sports watch, a black Blancpain 50 Fathoms, the standard with the black.
Nice.
Probably. Yeah. So, I don't know. What about you? Have you thought about that?
Honestly, I
I
had that, I had Rick's Bulgarian. He lent that in, which I had to send that back, unfortunately. But that Otto Finismo, that had me thinking. I was thinking like an ultimate like 3 to 4 piece collection. I was thinking maybe the blue dial that I had in that he has, the Otto Finismo. Be a nice little
great. That's an incredible watch.
So thin too,
Man,
and then the VC overseas, of course. I was thinking, and I do have a Reverso on my mind as well. I like the duo face Reverso because that's kind of like having 2 watches in one.
Yeah,
and then probably for a diver, like the Glasuta, the CQ. I love the CQ. It's just something about it. Like I had always wanted the Blanc Pong, but now I've been kind of veering more towards the Glasuta, just the way it looks, like the fit and finishing. I'd like to try to get one in person at some point if I can to test one out.
Yeah, that's a pretty good.
And then Hans is asking if he still make videos. Yeah, he still makes.
Oh, I saw. Oh yeah,
he's still right. Just not
Hans. It's just Hans. I moved and started a new job, so I've been slacking. It's not. It hasn't been. It's basically my 2 priorities right now are my work and also weightlifting because I compete in weightlifting. So time in the gym and time studying for some exams for work and also work have just been taking up all my time. But let's see. I'm trying to see what other kind of questions we got here.
Clive is asking what kind of Speedmaster.
Oh, I have my it's a 3590 from 1995. So it's got like beautiful orange pumpkiny patina. I have some pictures on my Instagram actually. But yeah, it's a reference 3590 Speedy. Let's see.
Nice.
My 14060, I sold that a couple of years back when I was heavy into making my content. So I was always flipping a bunch of different watches for money. I honestly can say that of all the Rolexes that I've owned a Pepsi from the early 2000s, GMT. I owned a Datejust. I owned an Explorer 36, 14270. I had the Submariner. I've had like 5 or 6, and I can confidently tell you guys that I do not miss a single one of them. Like I don't. It's kind of funny, but I'm just not a Rolex guy. Like I respect and love the watches they have, but like I'm for the most part am not really a Rolex guy, except for the Tiffany Blue OP36. We'll see what happens with that in the next year or so.
I think you should be able to get a hold of one of those, I would think.
I think
like
so
you said,
too,
a lot of people are going after the 41s over the 36.
Yeah. I will say, though, they are some of the best made watches.
From what Bruce was saying, I think you can request them, right?
Yeah. I can't imagine
and
it's going to take more than a year if I get on a list, if there is a list,
Yeah. Clive that's on here. I don't know if you've seen his show. He's on Archie's show sometimes. And he's been on my live streams a lot too. But Clive had a green 41.
Oh, sweet.
That he got a hold of.
Yeah, those colors are so bold.
I think he sold it.
But when I see the pictures popping up, the live shots of these different, like the coral and the red and the yellow, the colors are so vibrant and so bold. I didn't even realize that they were going to be that crazy bold. But it's sweet. I love it. I think it's fun.
Oh yeah, what I like, I kind of like the red one, and I'm not usually a fan of red, but I guess because it has like hints of orange, like when it hits certain lights. From what I've seen in videos and stuff.
You're right.
It looks like blood orange, red kind of orange.
Totally.
Definitely. But so you said you've been buying a lot of G-Stocks lately?
Yeah, man. During quarantine, like I didn't really have to go out and do anything. I'm going into work now, but like before, basically all summer, I just kind of reconnected with G-Shocks because those are the first real types of watches that I actually gravitated towards in like early college. So I think it's just all kind of coming back full circle. And then with G-Shocks too, I know, people kind of write them off because they're all pretty cheap. But there's a good bit of rich history with G-Shocks, you know, back from 1983 moving onward. So I picked up a few different squares over the summertime. I have a couple of those Casioks. I have the green one and the murdered out black one that I finally got at retail price. I was waiting for those to come back down because they were selling for like over $200 for the longest time. But
yeah, those were crazy.
So wild. A couple Rangemans I picked up, the Extraction one from Netflix, that green olive one, and the all black one. So just a couple, like a few classic G-Shocks that I've picked up basically throughout the summer. And I'm always kind of looking just on the see what's on the radar, what the new ones are coming out, see if there's one that I want to pick up before, they sell out and potentially go for way more money than the MSRP. So always looking around, but not like a crazy collector. Titanium Square, I do love that, Tennessee Mike. Nice. I don't know if I can stomach the price yet for it. I don't know. I think if I did get one, I would probably just get the standard PVD black one. But I also already have the full metal black G, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe at some point in the future I'll pick up the Titanium Square just as a collectible, essentially.
I do like the blue one. I think Rob has the blue camo. I don't know if he's.
I haven't seen that video yet.
That one.
That thing is bold. It's sweet though.
Yeah, I wear my my all metal one. The 30, it was one of the anniversary edition ones. I think I've seen you pictures of it before.
Yep.
But yeah, I wear that one all the time.
Oh, yep.
It's just a comfortable watch.
Yeah. They're classics too, man. There's that design, that square design. So good. Mm. Let's see what else.
Definitely. I think we got some people talking amongst themselves.
Yeah, looks like it.
Clive is asking, what's your current watch
man, I've got a lot. I've got
I think that's what you were going over earlier, right?
Yeah, like 12, 13 G-Shocks. I have this Young Hands that I just got as my beater quartz. I've got the Speedmaster. I've got and I just got a Forstner band on it. So I've been wearing that thing on the bracelet since I got it. And man, that Forstner bracelet is incredible. I got the G-Shock or the Grand Seiko SBGB quartz, my little sports summer quartz. I got a Baltic. I got that sector dial Baltic that came out about a month ago, or probably 2 months ago at this point. I got the silver dial sector dial version of that. I have a couple gift watches that I've gotten over the years. I got the Timex Q as a gift. I got a Seiko Arnie Pepsi as a gift. And I have an Undone diver as a gift. But I do have the Solar Tuna quartz. So I think that's pretty much most of them.
Nice. I've actually consolidated my collection. I'm down to about 7 or 8 pieces now.
Oh, that's good. Is that including G-Shocks too?
My Orient. Well, yeah, that's actually including G-Shocks.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm at
Bobby's got one of my Orients.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, consolidating is good. It's I kind of realized I always try to consolidate, and I realized I don't know if it really matters. I don't know if having a large collection bothers me anymore. As long as there's a crazy amount of money tied up in it, I'm like, I don't really care how much. I think for me, it's more of looking at it as a monetary value compared to where I am, like in my life right now.
Yeah.
Rather than the size of the collection, right? Because if I had 24 watches that were all like 10 grand, I'd be like, wow, this is absolutely ridiculous. But I enjoy a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
From the cheaper quartz, the G-Shocks, all the way to my Speedmaster, Grand Seiko, and hopefully soon a Reverso or a Cartier. So I like it all. I don't discriminate on price point. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's the same way I am. And I've actually been leaning more towards affordables lately.
Here's the thing.
Oh,
a lot of people always
say, like the higher ends, like I enjoy looking at the Bulgari. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, like, a lot of people say quality over quantity, and I do agree with that to a certain extent. But think a lot of people, when they get to a certain level of watches, you know, they like say most of their watches are in the $5,000 range, and they'll write off going with cheaper watches, you know, label them as like shitters or whatever. And like to a point that's true, but it really depends on what you like. Like I get a lot of different cheap watches now. Obviously with the G-Shocks, I do get a lot of them. But honestly, I get just excited about a pretty cheap G-Shock or this Younghans coming in the mail as I would like a Tudor, you know, or an Omega or something. So if I can still get that same amount of excitement and enthusiasm when I order the watch, when it's coming in and when I'm actually wearing it, then why am I going to just blow a bunch of money on a watch that I don't really care for? That's why I'm trying to be very particular about what watches I'm going to be acquiring, you know, over the next several years. It's basically just Reverso, some higher end Cartier, and then like a Longa. Like that's, I'm very pinpointed on exactly what I want because of that sort of realization that I do appreciate cheap watches too, you know? So I like a little bit of everything.
Clive is saying, you should check out the Parmigiani Flourier Kalpa before pulling the trigger on the Reverso.
I've
he's
heard
got
a
one
lot
of
of
those,
good things about the brand. A lot of good things. I'll have to look into that. I'll check that out. That's not one I don't think I've seen before. Of course, the Reverso went up $400.
And then Peter C saying the basic Reverso. Yeah, but you can usually get a discount on those, can't you?
Yeah, especially for JLC.
I feel like.
Yeah.
That's one I kind of wish I didn't. I had a little bit more patience on. Remember when I had pulled the trigger on the Sector Dial?
Yep.
And got the Breitling instead.
Yep.
Now I love the Breitling. Of course, I'm rebuying. That's one I kind of wish I was a little more patient on because it was like months. It was taking forever to get here.
Yeah, man.
It seemed like from Swiss.
I gotta say, from all the watches I've ever had and reviewed and owned, I think the Sector Dial JLC is probably like top 5 for me. I mean, that watch was incredible. Like, I think like JLC in general is just, for the price, you know, you've hit another tier of watches just with the quality. Like, it had the 22 karat rose gold rotor on the back, like everything about it, the fit, the finish, the thinness, like everything about it was just phenomenal, man. But so yeah, Sector Dial is pretty sweet. I don't know what they go for now. I think they've still kind of been hovering around the same prices they have been.
Yeah,
I haven't looked.
They're going up a little bit, I think.
They are, but the Baltic also quenched that, you know, thirst for some Sector Dials. So
nice. And then Clive is saying after he got his Kalpa, his duo face had to go.
Man, I gotta look this up.
But yeah, he really likes that Parmigiani he's got.
Yeah, I gotta.
And Clive's has got a little bit of everything collected.
Nice.
This is asking, have you seen Base Snatcher? She's got a kind of But like I said, that's one that I do kind of regret not getting is the Sector Dial. Not being patient enough for that.
Yeah, that was.
But
I'm kind of looking at any other dress watches
though.
Anytime soon?
Not really. I mean, I don't really dress up enough. I mean, this is the most I wear. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like t-shirt, like sweater, maybe.
Yeah.
So other than the Reverso on the eventual list, which the Reverso you can kind of dress down to, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, that's the same thing as I was wearing mostly G-Shocks during quarantine when I was wearing sweats and stuff. But now that I'm in work wearing suits somewhat regularly, my focus has shifted more to dress watches recently, and I've just been looking up way more dress watches because I appreciate thinness and just overall wearability with long sleeves. And you know what? It happens with the season changes for me too. Summer rolls around and I'm like, oh, I kind of want some, you know, a bigger diver on the wrist to pop, and then I want as small and thin as humanly possible when winter comes around. So I kind of realized that I just gotta sometimes tuck away some watches for a few months, during the summer or winter months if they don't fit.
Yeah, definitely. And Clive is saying the dial on the Calpa has 5 different depths to it.
Wow. I need to look this up, but I'm on my phone. Yeah. And I don't want to move the browser, so I'm gonna look it up immediately after this call because I'm very curious.
I gotcha, but yeah, Clive, if you want to text me a picture of yours, and then I can send it to you via Messenger if you want. Sure. The one that he's got. So, but yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. Like I'm kind of I've consolidated a lot, but with the channel also, like I'm getting in, plenty to review. I've actually gotten. I'm not going to say who from. I think you know who. I'm getting some. I'm getting like a dozen different pieces from a certain person, and I actually missed the delivery Friday because I was asleep. Of course, working night shift. Yep. So FedEx just left a note on the door, and then they'll be here Monday. And like I said, I'm getting in pieces like that, like all the time. I got to look at the Bulgaria. So with the channel, it's almost like I'm kind of getting in new pieces all the time. Yeah. Even though it's not really mine. Yep. So that's kind of one of the reasons, like, why I'm consolidating. Like, I never really wear my pieces a lot unless, of course, I go to work, whatever, wear them. But that's really kind of why I consolidate a lot.
Yeah, no, that's smart. I mean, it makes total sense. You pretty much only need your keepers because you're getting so many other watches that you're wearing anyway. So it just makes it worse if you have a bajillion watches you can't even pick from by yourself,
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're closing in on an hour here. You about ready to call it a day?
Yeah. Pretty soon, I gotta head back. I gotta do a little bit of work before going to work tomorrow, actually. So,
don't have too much fun. Here's Rick. What's going on, Rick?
Hey, Rick. Just in time before we close it down.
Yeah. Yeah, he was kind enough to loan me that Bulgarian.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that was, like I said, killer piece.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think you've actually met Rick, haven't you?
Oh yeah, yep. When I was in Columbus, yeah. Rick is the man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But anyways, guys, I appreciate everybody for chiming in the comments. Appreciate you for coming on, Adam and Bruce. Even though Bruce isn't here right now, I appreciate you guys for coming on. Definitely have to do it again.
Yeah, man, this was fun. We definitely got to do it again sometime. Maybe we'll get some other people and just rotate
once you get back. Yeah. You think once you get back to normal schedule again, you'll start pumping out a little bit more content again? So.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a backlog of some decent footage too, with some Rolexes and with some like a Grand Seiko versus AP Royal Oak 15300 video with some good footage that I need to get together and just finally put it out, because I'm pretty behind. But yeah, I'm hoping to, especially with my job, because it's very heavily commission based. I'm hoping that once things start to really pick up, I'll be able to get some really sweet watches in, and maybe I'll get the fire to make some videos again too. So.
All right, guys, we're gonna call it a day there.
Sweet. Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.